on a cold, wet sort of Saturday, why are you at COP? What are you looking to get from the leaders at COP26 and from world leaders?
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out today. Look, if you're anything like me and you see a well-known face or a celebrity, in a forum like this, you sort of wonder why they're there sometimes, and maybe, like me, you might be a little irritated by it. But I'll tell you why I'm here, why we're here, is because this conversation around food is something that needs to be really amplified. And one thing I've got is a big mouth. So that's what I'm using it for. One of the things that strikes me during the worst times of the pandemics is when we saw Western countries with their civilians lining up for food. These are families that have homes, that don't have farms, that live in the West, live in LA, live in London, live in England, and they're lining up for food because there was a food shortage. And that wasn't because of climate change, it was because the supply chain was damaged. But the supply chain is going to be damaged if we don't figure out what to do around climate change and what it's doing to our food systems. That image of all those lines of people in LA lining down with families waiting for food is a reality for us in the future if we don't find ways to tackle this issue now. That's what I'm doing here. That's why Sabrina and I work with IFAD, because IFAD for a long time has been focusing on small-scale farmers. Small-scale farmers deliver 80% of the food that we eat. We don't recognize that when we go into Sainsbury's or Marks and Spencer's. It's not obvious to us, but it is obvious to them, because every year when they put their crops in, the crops are lower because the rain's different, the soil's different. And one day, we're going to go to Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, and the food's not going to be there. So for perspective, that's why this needs to be amplified.